And now we are going to work on the add product. For that, first we have to make a schema for the product that we are going to add in our database. So here we are going to make a model name product. So first thing, it will have ID, then it will have title, and it will be type of string, and db.varchar 255. Then description, type of string, and since the description will hold lots of text value, so we have to assign its data type to text. You can also use long text if you want to. Then we are going to have a category, string, then style, string, store, string, then size, type of string, inventory, it will be type of int, color, string, then price, int, then images, string, and data type will be text. Then we are going to have our user ID, and it will be type of int. Then we are going to provide the relation between user and the password. For that, add user, then user, and the relation fields. In fields, we are going to provide the user ID, and the reference will be ID. Now on delete, cascade, and then add @index user ID. Now let's add this relation in the user. So below the password, write product and product, then empty array. And with that we have written the schema for our product model. And now save and go to the terminal, and here write npx prisma db push. So whenever you change anything in the schema, you have to push it to the database. And now let's go to the database to check if we have our table or not. So that show tables, and as you can see, now we have our product. Let's describe the product. And our product have all these properties. Now let's go in our VS Code, and in the app directory make a folder name add product, and then inside that make file name page.tsx and tsrafce. Inside the add product make one more file name product form.tsx and tsrafce, and change this to capital. Now let's import that to page.tsx. Now let's go to our browser and then go to our add product page. Let's sign in again. Then add product. In product form, first thing that we are going to do is to make this a client component. Then we are going to import our use state and use effect. Other than that, We are also going to import NextJs, then import sign in, sign out, and use session. Along with that, we are also going to import our neighbor and import use router. Now inside the function, first we are going to have our user from the session. So that data session and then use session. Now let's get user ID from our session. Then let's write router is equals to use router, and this should be from navigation. And then we are going to define a state where we are going to have our form data, which we are going to pass to our backend as a product. And then we are going to have our form data, use state. And inside the form data, we are going to pass all the values that we have defined in our model schema for product. So first is title, then we have description, then category, style,
and the first color will be FA3458. Then price, images,
user ID, and its value will be ID, and then store. So these are the values that we are going to pass through our API to our backend as data for our products. And inside the JSX, add a class name in the div with px5 max width of 1280 pixels, then mx auto and mb10. Inside that, we are going to have one more div, and inside that we can have our neighbor. Below this div, write h1 tag with the class name of text 3xl, font semi-bold, py6, then write a div with the class name of text black, empty4, grid, md grid calls to, then grid calls 1, and gap will be 5. Inside that, we are going to have one more div, then a label, and inside this attribute we are going to write title, then a class name, font medium, then write title. Below that, we are going to have our input, and it will be type of text, then our class names wfull, h 50 pixels, height will be 50 pixels, Border will be 1 pixel, rounded LG. On focus, border will be pink 500 px3. On focus, border width will be 2 and outline none. Then name will be title, value will be form data dot title, and then we are going to write a onChange function that we are going to define above. So write const handle change, then here write e, it will be type of react, then react dot change event html input element, then const name and its value, it will be equals to e dot target, and then we are going to have our set form data. Inside that we are going to destructure our form data, and then we are going to have our name and its value will be value. And now let's save and go back here, and now because of that function I will be able to type here. Similarly, let's make others as well. So below this div, make one more div and copy that label from here and paste here. Then we are going to have our input, so copy that from here as well and paste here. And here change the title to category and name, and this one to category and this one too, and here will be form data dot category. Then duplicate one more time. This time this will be style, and this will be style, and this is form data dot style. Then duplicate one more time, and now we are going to have here store, and here is store form data dot store. Now let's save and go back here, and now as you can see, now we have 4 different inputs: title, category, style and store. Now let's work on the size input. So firstly we are going to duplicate it and change this value to size, and this one's too. Other than that, we are also going to have a component here, size, in which the user will be given some options. From that he can choose the size in their product. So size, and here we are going to pass set form data. Now let's make that component in our component folder. Size.tsx, tsrafce, save, and let's import in our product form. Import use state, and then remove this and write interface paraprops, and set form data. It should be type of React dot dispatch, then React dot set state action any. So this equals to sign, and then write React dot fc paraprops equals to, and remove this and pass our set form data. Now below that we are going to write const selected size, selected sizes, set selected sizes is equals to use state, and it will be type of string, and initial value will be empty array. Now let's define our sizes. So sizes will have an array in which we are going to have sm, and here's the type will be string array. Now let's define a function so that the user can select from these sizes. So that const handle size button click, we will pass size as a string, then set selector sizes, previous selected size, if previous selected sizes dot include size, then return previous selected size dot filter, and inside that s, and s does not equals to size, else return, and here we are going to restructure the previous selected size, and then we are going to pass our size. And now let's submit this selected sizes to our product info form data. So below that write one more function, const handle submit, and here we are going to have set form data, previous set form data, which will be type of form data, inside that first we are going to destructure that previous form data. This should be set, this should be simply previous form data. And now we are going to selected sizes dot join by comma, and now let's write our JSX here. So inside this div we are going to map over the array of size. So sizes dot map, and inside that size, then small braces we are going to have button, and it will have a key which will be equals to size, Then we are going to have a class name, border of 0.5 pixels, rounded LG, text center, text 14 pixels, py 2 pixels, cursor pointer, px3, mt4, mb5, mr5, then if the selected size dot includes size, we are going to make the bg to gray 500, otherwise we are going to do nothing. Then we are going to have an onClick function, and here we are going to have handle size button click and passing our size. And let's close our button, and inside that pass the size. Now below this map we are going to have a button, and it will have on click function, and it will have the handle submit function. Inside that write submit. Now save, and let's go back here, and as you can see now we have our buttons. Let's try it. So I'm going to have empty and submit, and as you can see now I have some selected sizes over here. Now if I deselect it and submit, the SM size will be removed. Also let's make the text white. Now it's good. Let's go to the product form.tsx, and now below this div make one more div, and now let's copy this from here and paste here. Inside that now change this to inventory, and this one's to inventory, and the type will be number. And for this input we are going to define a separate function. So below this function let's just copy this and change the name to handle price change, and then remove this and write const value is equals to e dot target dot name is equals to price. Value will be e dot target dot value column, and copy this value and paste it here again. Now duplicate it and change this to inventory, and this one's to and now remove this and write e dot target dot name column value comma, then duplicate it and change this to inventory, and now let's pass this function to here. Now duplicate this one and change this to price, and this one's to price and price. And now you can see we have two other inputs, one is inventory and another is price. And now we have to work on the color picker. So let's make one more div here, and inside this div make one more div, and let's copy these values from here and paste here. Now change this to color here as well, color. And now outside this we are going to have a color picker component. So write color, set form data, and color will be form data dot color. Now let's go to the component folder and make one more file named color.tsx, tsrafce. So import use state, then use spec, and then we are going to install a package called React Pick Color. You can go and search that on Google, React Pick Color, and this package we are going to install. So copy that and paste here. Now we are going to import color picker from React Pick Color. We are also going to import an icon named gr add from React icons /gr. Remove this and write interface props and then set form data. Actually we can just copy that from here. Paste here. And then we are going to have a color which will be type of string. Now let's remove this and write react.fc props equals to, then pass our set form data and color. And let's import that to the product form. Import color, and this should be capital. Let's save and go back here. So first we are going to define some states. Open, set open, use state, type of boolean, and initial value will be false. Now let's define an array, color array. It will be type of string array, and color dot split by comma. And also let's define one more state here, that initial color, so color and set color equals to use state, and initial color will be white. Now below this define one more state, selected color set selected colors is equals to use state, and then we are going to pass our color array. And now if the color array dot length is less than 0, then we are going to have set colors value to empty array. Now let's define a function so that user can select the colors. So that handle color button click, and inside the function we are going to have set select colors and then previous selected colors. Destructure the previous selected colors and then pass our color, and then set open value to false. Next we are going to use the use effect to update our form data. So inside that const handle selected colors and set form data previous form data, which will be type of form data. Inside that destructure our previous form data, and then we are going to assign color with value of selected colors dot join by comma, and then we are going to call as handle selected colors, and the use effect works only when the selected colors change. And let's define one more function where we can delete our selected color. So that const handle delete color, and inside this we are going to pass index to delete, and it will be type of number. And inside that write set selected color and previous selected color const update colors. Then inside the array we are going to destructure our previous selected colors, and then we are going to have updated colors dot splice index to delete comma 1, and now return updated colors. So now we have written all the functions. Let's write our JSX here. So remove this, and inside the div make one more div, and it will have a class flex item center justify between and t3, and now inside the div we are going to have a button, class name block, border of 1 pixel, rounded LG, px3, text 14 pixels, and then on click function where we are going to change the state of open exclamatory mark open. And now between the buttons we are going to write choose color. Now below the button write open. If open, then we are going to have color picker. Color will be color. Home change color. Set color color dot x value. Now let's close that. Below this we are going to have one more button with the class name of flex item center space x1 border of 1 pixels rounded LG P of 1 px3 text of 14 pixels and then on click handle color button and inside the button write add then our icon gr add then give a class name ml1 and size will be 16. And now below this div we are going to write code to display all the selected colors. So write one more div with the class name of empty file and inside div we are going to map over the selected color. So selected colors dot map selected color index small braces then write a div and it will have a key value which will be index and the class name flex item center space x4 and b2 and inside this make one more div with the class name of and add a style here. So style will be width of 40 pixels then height of 40 pixels border radius of 100% background color of selected color then display of inline block and now below this div make a span with the class name of border 1 pixels rounded LG P1 px3 text 14 pixels and then here we are going to have button to delete the color that class name border 1 pixels. You can copy that CSS from above. Then we are going to have our onClick function and here we are going to call our handle delete color and pass the index. and inside the button write delete. And now let's save and go to the browser, refresh, and as you can see currently we have our default selected color. If you want you can delete that and you can choose a new color here. So let's choose a new color and add the color. And if you want to add multiple colors then you can do that as well. You can also use the hex values if you want to, like if I want here E and here A and here 3, then and add it, then it's also working, and you can delete as per your wish. So with that we have also completed the color part. Now let's work on the description part, where the seller can write the description around their products. For that let's go to the add product form. Now at the top let's make one more state here. So below that write const description, set description, use state with a type of string array, and initial value will be empty. And also inside this description we are going to write the HTML. Now let's save. Below this div write a label and then a class name which will be empty10, inline block, font medium, and inside that write description about your product. Then below that we are going to have our component. So like para set description is equals to set description. Then we are going to pass description is equals to form data dot description. Now close it. Now make a file inside the component folder, name para.t6, and here write tsrafce, and then remove this and write interface props para, and then write set description. It would be type of react dot dispatch react dot set state action, and then close it. And second will be description, which will be type of string. Now let's pass that here. So that react dot fc, then para, and pass these values here. So set description and description. And now let's import this particular component in the product form file. So that import para, and now let's save and save this one as well. Now here we are going to use the TipTap editor. So you can go on the net and search that TipTap. And if you go to the documentation, they have shown that how can we install and set up this particular editor in our project. So we have some installations here. For the Next.js, we are required to install these packages. So copy this and paste in our terminal and then install it. Now let's import our editor content from TipTap React, and we are also going to import the use editor. Then below that we are going to import our starter kit from TipTap React starter kit. Along with that we are also going to import use effect and use F from React. Now let's go back here, and here as you can see that they have written some starter code here. So we have included these packages. Now we have to make an editor here. So copy this and paste inside the functions, and inside the content we are going to pass our description, and below this line we are going to have our editor props. Inside that we are going to have our attributes and then classes. So classes will be rows. Below the editor we are going to have our HTML from the editor. So get HTML. In this HTML part we are going to send to our backend as a data, and now we are going to have our use effect and that set description value to HTML, and let's also console it HTML, and it depends on HTML. Now let's define a state here, const focus, then set focus is equals to use state, type of boolean, and the initial value will be false, and then that const menu ref is equals to use ref HTML div element null. Then we are going to use effect one more time, and here inside the function we are going to define a handler function e type of any, and if the menu ref dot current dot contains e dot target, then we are going to set focus to false, and outside this function write document dot add event listener mouse down, and then pass our function handler, and the dependency error will be empty. And inside this JSX we are going to provide a class name here, mxauto, border will be 1 pixels, mt4 rounded axis, and if the focus is true then we are going to have a border pink 500, otherwise, and border thickness will be 2 pixels, ml0, otherwise we are going to do nothing. Other than that we are also going to pass our reference, so ref is equals to menu ref, and then we are going to have our editor content, and then we are going to pass our editor, which will be editor that we have defined above. Then style, so style padding will be of 18 pixels, then close it, and on click function, and this will set the value of focus to true. Now let's say go back here, and now we have this, and we can write anything, and in the console you can see anything I write gives me an HTML output. So this much is enough for our project, but I'm also going to show you how can you make these text bold, italic, or align them using the editor. But as far as this project is concerned, we are only going to use this much. Okay, so just to show you, I'm going to add the editors here. So make one more component. So make one more file in the component named text editor.tsx, and here import our editor, site editor, which will be type of editor or null, and here pass that editor. Now here make one more div with a class name of mt6, border of 1 pixel, rounded LG, and then one more div with the class name of Alex, item center, justify around, inside that write a button, which will be a type of button. So type will be button. Then on click function, so editor dot chain dot focus dot toggle bold dot run, and this disabled. So inside that, if editor dot can dot chain dot focus dot toggle bold dot run. Now let's give some classes to this button. So that the class name, and here if editor dot is active bold, then we are going to give some classes which will be bg will be gray 800, and text will be white. Otherwise we are going to have bg gray 100, text black. Other than that, also add some paddings here of p3, and now inside the button write bold. Let's save it, and let's import that to the para. So write import text editor, and then about this editor content add that text editor, and then pass our editor, which will be editor and then close it, and now save and go back here. And as you can see, now we have a bold button. Let's select and click on this, and as you can see, our text got bold. If I click one more time, it got normal. So in this way you can add more editors here, but for our project we don't need any of them. So I'm just going to comment this and now save it. And the last part that is left to do is to work on our images, and for that we are going to use the Cloudinary. So let's go to our project, and inside the project form, and here we are going to define some more states. So first will be info and update info, use state, and it will be type of any, and this is, and then we are going to make one more state, image URLs, set image URLs, use state, type will be string array, and then default value will be empty array. And now below this function we have to make one more function named const handle image change, and inside that write string images is equals to JSON dot stringify, and we are going to pass our image URLs. Then set form data. Inside that, first we are going to destructure the form data, and then we are going to assign images to string images, description to description, and user ID to ID. And here the default value should be a string, and remove this one, and now it should remove this error. Now we are going to use the use effect to console our data, just to see if the form data is working or not. So that console.log and form data dot images and console.log form data, and here pass dependency array form data. And for now let's comment this, and now below that we are going to use effect one more time, and inside that we are going to have set form data, and inside previous form data, then we are going to destructure the set previous form data, and add description to description, images to image URLs dot to string, and then we are going to have our user ID, which will be ID, and the dependency array will be image URLs. Now at the bottom we are going to have a label, so we can copy that from here and paste and change this to, and then we are going to have our image upload component. So write image upload, and first we are going to pass our info as an info, then update info, pass image URLs, then set image URLs, then we are going to pass our handle image change. It will be equals to handle image change. Now close it. Now let's make that component in our component folder. So that image upload.tsx tsr afce info, which will be type of any. Then we are going to have update info, which will be type of react dot dispatch react dot set state action any. Then we are going to have image URLs, which will be type of string array. Then set image URLs, which will be type of this, but we are going to replace the any with string array. Then we are going to have handle image change, and it will be a function. Inside that we are going to provide e with, inside that write e, which will be a type of react dot change event HTML input element to void react dot fc props, and remove this and restructure all of them. Write info, update info, image URLs, set image URLs, and handle image change. Now let's save and import this component in our product. Import image upload and save it. And now let's go to the Cloudinary, and after you sign in you will get to this page. And now we are going to set up our Cloudinary. After signing you will be at this page. Right now we are using the Cloudinary for Next, so we are going to install the Next Cloudinary. So we can write the Next Cloudinary, and here is a post about that, and it says write npm install Next Cloudinary. So go to the terminal and write that and enter. Now we have to add the next public Cloudinary cloud name in our env file. So copy that and go to the env and here paste. And for that we can go to the dashboard, and here you can see that here this is our cloud name. So copy that and paste here. Now import use state and use effect, and also our Cloudinary. So that cld upload widget from Next Cloudinary. And now inside this we are going to write a function named on upload. It will contain an argument result, which will be type of any. And then inside the function, first we are going to update the info with result dot info dot secure URL, then const new image URL is equals to result dot info dot secure URL. Then we are going to set image URL, in which we are going to have previous image URLs. Then we are going to structure that, and then we are going to assign new image URL. Then we are going to call our handle image change and pass the result. So this function is for uploading our image. Then we are going to define a function for deleting the image. So that const handle delete image. It will have an index of type number. And here we are going to have set image URLs. Previous image URLs const updated image URLs is equals to all the previous image URLs, and then updated image URLs dot splice past index comma 1, and then return the updated image URLs. Now let's go inside the JSX, remove this, and first we are going to have one module with the class name of mb10. Then we are going to have our widget cld upload widget, and here we are going to pass our upload preset, and we can get this preset from here. So go to the setting and then upload, and in the upload preset make a new preset and then use it here, and the mode should be unassigned. So copy that and paste here. Then we are going to call our on upload function and then pass the on upload function, and inside this curly braces, small braces, curly braces, which will be type of any, we are going to have a function handle on click react dot mouse event html button element e dot prevent default open. Then outside this we are going to return the JSX, and it will have a class name, border of 1 pixels, rounded LG, P of 1, Px2, and then on click handle on click, and right here and between the buttons write upload product images. Let's save and save this file as well, and let's go to the browser, refresh the page, and as you can see now we have a button here. So let's upload an image here. Done. And let's go to our Cloudinary and then on media to see if the image is uploaded or not. So go to the media library, and as you can see our image is uploaded here. Let's upload one more image here. So this time I'm going to upload this one. And as you can see here, if I refresh, we got new image over here. So with that we can say that our Cloudinary is working. Now let's also show the uploaded image over here. So below this div, make one more div and with the class name grid lg grid calls 4 and d grid calls 3 sm grid calls 2 and grid calls 1. Then give a gap of 10. Now inside this div we are going to map over the image URLs. So image URLs dot map. Inside that we are going to write image URL and index, then small braces and write div. Inside that we are going to pass key, which will be equals to index, and then a class name which will be flex call justify center, and then inside that we are going to have image src will be image URL and then a class name which will be w250 pixels, height 300 pixels, object cover, object top, and in the alternative write uploaded image index +1, and below that we are going to have a button to delete the image. We will have a class name, border of 1 pixel, rounded LG, P of 1, PX2, MT5, and onClick function, and it will call the handle image delete image, and then write delete. Now let's save and go back to the browser and let's check it out. So I'm going to upload 2 or 3 images at once. And as you can see, we have all the 4 images here, and if I delete any of them, I think the delete function is not working. Let's see what is wrong here. Oh, we also have to pass the index. So now let's save and go back here, and now if I delete, the image got deleted here. So with that we have completed the image part also, where we can upload and delete the image of our product. Now let's test all of them and console the form data in our console. So let's go in our product form.tsx, and here uncomment this and save, and then go to the new bar, and here we are going to comment this one, refresh, and as you can see now we have our form data with everything empty. So let's give some title here. So title will be t-shirt. As you can see that as we are changing in the form data, we are consoling the different values here. So now the title is t-shirt, category will be man, style formal, and store will be Nike. You can select the sizes here, so 4 sizes in total, and then we can have the inventory, let's say 200. Then we are going to have prices, let's say $20. Then we can delete that color and choose our own color here, add, then choose one more, add. Now let's add some description about our product so that we can add very good product. Now let's upload some images. I'm going to choose this, and this, upload them. Done. So now so as you can see, now after filling all the inputs in our form data, we get this JSON here with category, color, and everything filled in, and the user ID is by default the logged in user ID, which is 1. And now all that is left to do is to push this data in our database. So for that we are going to make our API route. So go to the API folder and make an API route for our product. So this will be add product, and this we are going to write route.ts. So first let's import our Prisma. Then we are going to import our next response from next server, and then we are going to write our export string function to post the data, request, which will be type of request. Inside that, let's first get our body, which we will get from request.json. Then we are going to destructure that body. So in that body we are going to have title, description, category, style, size, inventory, color, price, images, user ID, and store, and it will be equals to body. Then we are going to have a try and catch block. So inside a try, that const product is equals to await prisma dot product dot create, and then pass the data. Just copy this from above and paste it here, and then we are going to return next response dot json and product. Then catch error console.log error creating the product, error and then return the next response dot error, and this should be done. Now let's save and go back to our add product form.tsx, and here we are going to define a function so that we can post our data. So that const post data, it will be a sync, and inside the function we are going to first call the handle image change function, then the try and catch block. Inside that, at const response is equals to await axios dot post, and then provide the URL, which will be api/add product, and then the form data. Then we are going to have our router dot push to the main page, and we can also console our response, then catch if an error occurs, console.log error. Now let's go below, and here make the post data button, on click post data, then add a class name, text white, empty 10, border of 1 pixels, bg purple 500, rounded lg, px5 p2, then inside button write submit. Now let's save and go back to our browser and refresh the page. Now click on the submit button, and as you can see we got the status 200 and the form data. Let's go to our database and check if our data is stored or not. So select everything from product, and as you can see our data got stored here. We have our title, description, category and everything else here. So with that we have successfully created our add product page. Now in the next video we are going to display those products here and work on the filters.